Well, yeah, and the good news is you've never been skinnier and I've never been more transgender.
Oh, God.
It's a perfect time.
I know, it's a perfect time to wear a bikini on camera. I'm Erin.
And I'm Julia. I'm a Brooklyn-based stand-up comic. And what was my other thing? Oh, we're both television connoisseurs.
We are both television connoisseurs. I'm a Brooklyn-based writer, producer, Emmy Award-winning, if you want to get technical about it. Some people do. I don't. I really don't think that's a big deal. I don't care at all.
I think it's relevant to the task at hand.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I mean, it's a certificate. It's not a statue. It's not. That doesn't make it any less real.
Right. So it's a statue, so what's realer than a statue?
Well, I don't have a statue.
Right. Okay. So.
Anyway, not only are we both Brooklyn-based, we're actually based in the very same apartment where we are.
It's funny to both identify as
Brooklyn-based. Yeah, we are based in the same actually apartment in Bushwick, where we are signing our lease for the fourth year in a row. Fourth year, successful roommates. Okay.
Congrats, girl.
Let's hear for
that.
Need
to sign that lease.
We have got to sign the lease. Oh my God. Wait, yeah. What day is it? We'll get them.
I never do. It's the 24th.
This podcast is called Stream Queens.
Welcome to Stream Queens.
Welcome. This is a podcast where we're going to talk about the TV shows that we are streaming in our house and talking about all the time, which is what we really do. It's what's kept us going for these 4 years, is kind of watching TV together, both being, we went to film school, we went to TV school together at NYU. Sorry, it's true.
Unless you like it,
in which case I do.
Go Violets.
Go Violets.
Go Bobcats.
Wait, are we Violets or Bobcats?
I think both.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
All I know is never mind. I'm like, and everybody's mad. I'm like, I don't think that's the posture I want to take.
Oh, everybody's mad I went to NYU?
Yeah, it's like,
They are. They are.
Like, Parker Posey, you gotta protect people. What is it?
Oh, you're good looking and wealthy. You've got to be hyper vigilant.
You gotta be hyper
vigilant. We went
vigilant.
to NYU. We've got to be hyper vigilant.
Thank you.
Of course, as you may have guessed by some of our banter thus far, we're covering the White Lotus, people. We wanted to bring you into kind of our living room, which we've kind of moved to this podcast studio in Ridgewood. Shout out Pirate Studios. Sure. And we're kind of going to cosplay our living room here where we talk about our favorite show.
What I'm super excited to be talking about, like, to spend 40 minutes talking to you about our favorite program,
The White Lotus.
Standing invite, of course, to
Mike White.
Bisexual
king, Mike White. We got to meet you.
Yeah.
We got to meet you. Get out here.
Yeah, we'll show you a good time.
Oh my God, we would show you the best time, Mike White. Like, I'm blushing thinking about the time we would show Mike White.
And you know he gets red.
He gets red. Oh my God.
Though kind of, as you said, project by project, like, Mike White's not a god.
No. Well, and that's what we're here to talk about, because we have been such a huge fan of Mike White's work so far. I mean, seasons 1 and 2 of The White Lotus are... We
rewatched in preparation for this.
We rewatched it in preparation. We've been looking forward to season 3 for a long time.
I just went to Sicily.
To celebrate.
my White.
My White.
Literally.
No, and it's like, we've been so excited for season 3, and we got the trailer, and immediately we were very concerned.
We had concerns.
I mean,
I tasted blood.
No, like, I was scared because the trailer,
like ringing,
and we were
like tonight, like ringing.
Yeah, ringing.
Yeah.
And we kept kind of like, our refrain for the trailer was like, Mike White didn't edit the trailer. Okay.
He didn't cut the
trailer. Somebody else at HBO, like,
probably a man. Cut it like a man.
Cut it like a man.
It's not a thriller.
It's not a whodunit. It's not a murder mystery.
I don't care.
It's not an action movie. Why are there so many guns?
Yeah, it's same gun. I think it was one gun they just, like, were showing, like, a bunch of different
do you think I'm watching White Lotus to find out where the gun is?
Oh.
I don't care about the gun. You could have shown me a full 60 seconds of Parker Posey making micro expressions, and I would have said, now that's the show I'm watching to see.
She's barred out. Doing great work with, like, a slack mouth, and then doing that thing that you used to really get into, which was, like, the double blink for emphasis.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing perfect.
Oh my God.
Parker Posey standout of the
standout performance from Parker Posey. Patrick Schwarzenegger and Amy Lou Wood are really leading the cast, in my opinion, right now.
Surely. And right now we have episodes 1 and 2, which we're doing together.
Oh,
because
yeah, let's say
they're both
that.
expositional. It's giving extended pilot.
It's giving part 1, part 2 of a pilot because, I mean, wow, 2 full episodes where we're really just kind of getting exposition.
And made me doubt Mike White.
I get that these characters are going to intersect. I know what Mike White does, but at this point, I'm not seeing
I'm not seeing that.
I wasn't seeing that, and I was also seeing not so much the chemistry that I've come to expect from seasons 1 and 2, where I really felt like these strong dynamics between characters.
Dynamics, our bread and butter.
Immediately, season 3 wasn't quite getting that.
No, their pausing was wrong.
No.
Amy Lou gets it.
Amy Lou gets it.
Parker Posey gets it. Sometimes, and I don't know whether it was the way, I think we're about to jump in and do group by group, but even the way that they were shooting the 3 female friends, it felt disjointed.
Absolutely.
I want dynamics.
I want dynamics, and that's really what we love. Mm-hmm. Dynamics are our bread and butter.
So they show up just like with the other 3 or the other 2 seasons. We're on a boat at White Lotus. Well, first of all, of course, we start with the murder or
the murders.
Yeah. Do you care who the body is?
Oh, the body? You know what? I forgot because again, I can't express enough. Like that's not what I'm watching the show for. Like,
well, I mean, that's why he does it that way, right?
Yeah.
Like that's the form where
I'm like, I'm gonna forget.
He's like, yeah, somebody's gonna die. That's not what.
And
the
also,
show's
who
about.
was that guy?
That's Belinda's son.
Belinda's son?
Yeah.
Oh, he's there looking for his mother?
Yeah, named Zion. Interesting.
Zion.
Yeah, it's like the timing could not be worse.
I didn't really realize that was Belinda's son.
I'm making some. No, that's true.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, because he's there with his
mom. And that's how much I forgot. Like I forgot that was a part of it because again, that's not what I'm watching the show for. I'm here on the show to see actors really be seen and actors really kind of.
And Mike White captures some like really human fucking. I'm going to use the word again, dynamics.
He's incredible. He's
awesome.
He's incredible. And we were a little nervous when we first got to season 3. And we started with the murders and then we went right to kind of each of these groups are going to enter the White Lotus Hotel and the staff is going to go outside and they're going to say, hello, hello, hello. They're going to go, wave. And then everybody's going to come up one by one.
Mook is running late. Her bike's down.
Okay.
Unimportant.
Mook.
I guess we meet Mook first. Mook, okay.
The stunt casting with Miss Blackpink, I'm just like...
Insulting.
And actually, I think she's doing a really wonderful...
Great.
She's a great actress. Like, I actually think she's really, really talented. But I'm like, what she isn't is working class.
Staff. She's not staff.
Her, that face. She doesn't have a single pore on her face. No,
she's stunning.
Her nails have never, ever...
Body. Crazy. In a way that I came to, I was like... It's upsetting to me because I'm like, if she's working like in like service, I'm like, I'm in the sewer.
She's
like,
working in hospitality.
Right.
Her.
If she's Mook, I'm poop. Like,
if she's Mook, I'm poop.
Like, what's left for me?
No, it's crazy.
She's doing a fabulous job though.
She's doing a really amazing performance.
And so they're there to welcome the boat again, where there's some cigarette smoking on a boat. Raise your hand if you've smoked a cigarette on a boat. Love to. 2 hands up.
Love to. It's one of my favorite activities. So that's why I was like, whenever Daddy is getting like mad at Goggins.
Goggins' character.
And he's smoking a cig.
Yeah, on the boat.
I'm like, he's allowed to smoke a cig on the boat. It's a boat.
It's outside.
That's where you're supposed to smoke a cig, on the boat outside.
And I know something again, like I rewatched the first episode again, and it's like the dad is like Timothy's getting like visibly worked up, but then it's the son who's like, hey, can you stop smoking? And then the son and what's his name and Goggins go at it in a way that I'm like, that's interesting. And then your little friend, Amy Lou Woods,
love her,
pulling the son back.
Yeah.
Or the dad back. Or Goggins back.
Of course.
A lot of men
in the show this season.
Okay.
Which is fine. I like men.
Oh.
Well.
I'm like kind of like a shelter dog.
I'm interested.
I'm shaky around him.
Right.
I'm barking. I'm like, oh, she doesn't like men. Yeah. Kind of shekels up, and it's like, well, something bad happened to her.
I'm clamming up as we kind of speak of it more. I'm getting viscerally uncomfortable, but let's talk about the characters. Season 3.
I think we've started on Walton, and
we've started on them. They're the first ones we really kind of meet as we get off the boat. Oh yeah, and we were saying like the whole intro thing that it's like, okay, I guess we're locking that in, Mike White. I guess that's your format, is we're doing like each character is going to come into the hotel like one by one, and we're going to get a little beat with them, which I thought was really successful in previous seasons. Yeah. But this one kind of felt like
It was just straightforward. It was on the nose. It was simple.
On the nose, which I guess is fine.
They stood there in front of the staff and was like, here's who we are. Here's what we're like.
Yeah.
Here's what we like here. And it's like, did you write this under duress, Mike White? Like,
were you stressed? Which I understand. There's a lot of pressure. It's season 3. 1 and 2 are very successful. It could have been really difficult. You might have been under duress. Exactly.
But I want more. Anyway, Goggins, one note.
But Miss Amy Lou Wood. I'm going to do a quick shout out. Amy Lou Wood, Cabaret. I saw you in London, girl. You were amazing. I think about you all the time. Like, it's really changed how I view Cabaret. I thought you brought something really magical to that role. And I didn't know you before. I didn't watch Sex Education, which I hear you're in. But I love what you're doing already. I was already bought in, but you really rose to the occasion because I already had high expectations of you because I'd seen you bring the house down.
And some people would have fixed those teeth.
Not you, Amy.
No, and I love that she didn't.
Because it's beautiful.
It's awesome.
No, she is Miss Amy Lou Teeth Wood.
Amy Lou Teeth Wood. And she's like talking it appears that Walton Goggins is like shisty and is like,
yeah,
he's always going on stuff and he's mad and has a migraine. She's doing that classic thing that, you know, the woman in a straight couple loves to do, like defend the boyfriend, being like, he has a migraine. Aww. It's like, ugh.
I know, and she's doing so. She really is giving me. I think Amy Lou Wood is really delivering us the Haley Lou Richardson performance from season 2, which is she was Portia, of course, and she was giving us that like shoulders down, hunched over, kind of chin back, like a girl who didn't know herself.
Some of the ugliest outfits you've
ever seen, and she wore them exactly right, and she was perfect in that role. It was a really brave performance.
3 names as well.
3 names as well. Lou being the central.
Oh, right. That's the point. Thank you.
See.
And that's...
And Amy Lou Wood, I think, is also similarly nailing, like, this posture is fully embodied. Like, I know this girl. This girl is experiencing all this luxury and this stuff now, and she can be pretty comfortable there. But that girl did not grow up with money, okay?
No.
That girl, the way she lays down in those chairs, even the way her body looks, like, it's not giving, she's hot, but it's not giving gym body. Like, it's giving leisure.
Right, it's giving body by anorexia.
Yeah, it's giving body by malnutrition to like a lot of nutrition. I want like to kind of like back and forth, like a kind of like, in a way that I'd love to know how she prepared.
The second group off the boat was the family. The fucking
the family,
bitch.
Okay, the family.
Give it up for, what is the name of their family?
The Ratliffs.
The Ratliffs.
We're the Ratliffs.
And
we're led by matriarch Parker Posey. Let's talk about Parker Posey as a matriarch, okay? She is really delivering. Of course, when she starts speaking, you're thinking, is she going to keep up this accent the whole time?
And it's going to get better. It's going to get better as the show goes on.
We're going to trust Mike White, which is what we've been exercising.
Well, and I trust Parker Posey, the house, in that when we flew over the North Pole.
Oh.
I'm screaming.
No, it was crazy. And she, of course, is completely zooted. Like, she is completely barred out. Like, she is fully high as a kite all of the time.
Down.
The lorazepam down. And in general, she's, like, really has me thinking about motherhood in general, because the fact that she's so clearly high as a kite, like, even, okay, so episode 2, whenever one of the girls introduces herself to Parker Posey and is like, oh, we had a baby shower together 10 years ago, whatever. And Parker Posey is sitting there.
Parker is actually the one who's like, it was 10 years ago. I don't remember. And it's like, well, you remembered the time.
Right. You remembered it was 10 years ago. Hello. So. And she's like, and her son's like, why are you being rude? And I said,
yeah, you're pretty
honey,
rude.
Yeah, your mom's not being rude. Your mother is high as a fucking kite on drugs, honey. And y'all can't even see her because she's your mom. You don't even realize that she's got a problem and she's doing it right in front of y'all's faces.
And you're laughing.
Honey, I just got a second wind.
Timothy. I got a second wind.
Oh, shit.
Relax. I took a lorazepam.
Like, that's good.
When she's getting the massage.
And she jumps on that massage table and she goes, ah.
Because I get claustrophobic.
Oh, my God. She said massages stress me out.
Perfect.
Like, perfect. She's nailing that. Patrick Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
He's doing really amazing work, I think. I think he was perfectly cast.
Yeah.
No Nepo accusations here. Like, If anything, it's
he's
just
channeling it.
He's channeling it. It's benefiting
it's
the performance. Yes, and it's wonderful. He's doing really, I think, remarkable work already. Like when I saw him, that pool scene where he checks out Emily Wood and he talks about like the numbers game of like hitting on women. I said, now I'm watching White Lotus. Okay, now I'm getting some dynamics and some realness that I really had been craving from the show.
And he's definitely grabbing his dick. He's like, I get so horny on the plane.
His grabbing his dick all the time is awesome. Like really real. Yeah. I'm just like, yeah, I've seen that.
So
they
the
do
little
that.
Brother?
And the little brother.
Oh, the little brother.
The little brother.
Kind of echoes of season 1.
Echoes of season 1, but different.
Show. Well, should we address the incest in the room?
Oh, let's address the incest.
What is going on with these 3 children?
I don't know. Because I don't know who Miss Girl in the middle.
Who is that?
Who is that?
She had me missing Megan Fahey, I'll say that.
She had me missing Megan Fahey. Megan Fahey.
She's like, I don't really think I want to go in there. It's like, okay, and that's how you're going to deliver that line?
Yeah, and then she's just like wearing like this fuck-ass bib prairie shirt, and I'm going, I don't know this girl at all. Who is that? I've never seen her.
Who is that?
Studying Buddhism with her family. Like, I'm like, I don't know these people at all. And the incest dynamics, it's not something I've seen in my life. It doesn't mean it doesn't exist, but I haven't really seen it.
I don't know.
You've seen some incest dynamics?
Yeah, I'm gonna plead the 5th.
Oh God.
The phone calls. Sorry, I mean the dad with the phone calls.
Excuse me.
Go off. Oh, honey.
And that's why you don't vape while you record a podcast.
Well, I don't.
You don't.
I don't.
I do.
And so and you also nailed, I mean, Mom's giving a little incesty with
the son.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the way she's reacting to Saxon. When he's like, the massage could have had a happy ending. And she says, Saxon.
Laughing.
Saxon, I just got a massage. You're going to set me back.
And the narky daughter being like, it's bad. It's like, okay, you like, we're not even, it's not the interesting, it's not the like texture of Sydney Sweeney being like, I'm reading White Fragility and you're like, we're colonizing this island. Like there's something, and she's just like being like a scolder, a tisk.
Yeah, and it's weird vibes. And I think like her with the little brother is weird too, because she's flirting with her little brother. And I think that's odd.
Well, okay, let's just for 1 second, like, it is when you're talking about like these like wealth as these people are, right? What'd you talk about? Like, what's the Parker Posey line you liked at dinner?
Oh my God, when she says, excuse me, when Parker Posey at the dinner and she says, you, all 3 of you, are good looking and wealthy. You have to be hyper vigilant.
And they're keeping it in the family. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Who you trust,
keep it in your family. Be hyper-vigilant.
And who are you kind of getting cropped up to, like, fall in love with or really like? It's, like, people like you and your station. And, like, it's the kind of, like, sorry, I'm going out on a ledge a little bit, but the eugenics of it all, the, like, royal families.
Bring up eugenics.
Royal families, like, inbreeding or like doing for like it's the marriage for political capital, for financial capital. Right. Does that mean you need to be kind of jerking off in front of your little brother in your tiny little twin beds?
Well, I think he did go to the bathroom to jerk off.
Yeah, but he did that thing that fucking in season 2, Theo James with that hammer dick.
Oh.
Parentheses prosthetic. It's like, yeah, sex is power too, which this guy is all about. And
all about.
The dominance over your younger siblings too.
Very odd to me, but it does seem like, because I get it too though, because I'm like, this guy probably doesn't have that much power outside of this family dynamic.
No, he
like
works
I'm
for
not.
Dad.
Yeah, like it's not giving. He's a respected figure outside of this place. Like no.
It does remind, just like shout out to our friend Tessa Bell, who has a joke about it's giving the like, stop, like,
oh my
like,
God,
I stole your hat, like, very funny.
Yeah, Tessa Bell's perfect joke about What is it? Twins? Will they, won't they?
Yeah, will they, won't
Twins
they?
Or will they, won't they?
And I'm pretty sure this family will.
This family will, but I kind of think it's going to be Parker Posey and the son before I think it's any of the Sibs, and that's just me because she's so high.
She's high
and
as fuck.
And she loves him.
And he's high as fuck on Adderall.
He's high as fuck on Adderall. Yeah, when he goes out and do drugs, then she's like, you pop so many Adderall a day.
You take Adderall all day.
So that's how I can get shit done.
Amazing.
Okay?
Perfect.
No, like he's delivering. Yeah, that family's amazing. Obviously, biggest critique of the family is dad is taking too many phone calls, and not enough is happening on these phone calls, okay? I didn't need a whole scene of phone call. Oh, it's the Washington Post.
It's not our
phone call. It's the Wall Street Journal. Oh, phone call. It's the lawyer. And then finally we get Ken Jeong on the other end.
The Ken Jeongification of the
other end of the phone?
Like,
with that guy who was going to kill himself? Like, I'm like, are you kidding?
In Brunei?
It was crazy.
We were laughing at Jane's house with her roommate, though, about, he was like, well, mine would be, I'd be there with my family talking about being gay. It's like, am I implicated? It's like, of course you're implicated. I just fucked 10 dudes. Amazing.
Yeah, you're implicated.
Yeah, you're implicated. I love when he's like, and I only made $10 million off your stupid deal.
I love that.
I mean, only made $10 million off your stupid deal.
That would suck.
But it's also, it's unartful. I think that even though there is motion, because he's got to be walking like you identified, because he can't be like on the phone in the resort, which you know about that ahead of time.
You know about that ahead of time, which, okay. And also, I like that. Take the phones away, because nothing, the way the dad's on the phone, it just reminds me, I'm like, I actually don't want to see phone calls on TV anymore.
Done.
I'm good. Let's have every TV set be a no phone zone. Let's not do text messages. Let's not do phone calls. Let's just kind of do scenes with the actors in the room, because every time he's got to go away to take a call, I'm just like, fuck, I wish this call would have any amount of kind of helpful info for me, instead of hitting me over the head 5 different times. He's going to be finding out bad information. And I'm like, I kind of got that on the first time he answered the call.
I assumed that if he was in financial services, there was going to be corruption.
Of course.
I came in with that. I don't need the primer phone call.
I don't need it at all.
No, you're going to break the law.
No, you're going to break the law, and it's going to be bad.
So now you're going to face the consequence. Right. Let's hear about it.
Okay.
I do love, again, Parker Posey being like, you're the perfect man. Everybody says so. Love it. Should we talk about the 3 ladies?
Yeah, and did we talk about Parker Posey's drug problem?
I think we called her barred out. We called her
just want to make sure, and we talked about the whole motherhood of it all, and the fact that they can't even see.
Oh my God, you nailed this. Yeah,
because really, I think that's just important before we move on from this family.
Please.
I'm like, the fact that these
Mom,
kids,
you're being kind of rude.
Yes, that they think their mom is just being kind of wacky or rude or well, you're being a little standoffish. I'm like, honey, she's not being any of those things. She's barred out. Yeah. She's on drugs. Your mom is high on pills. She has a problem. You can't even see her. That's how attached you are to the idea of this is just your mother.
Yeah.
And she can take up so much space and command this family with her crazy accent and her kind of antics. And they all she can be dominating the space, and yet no one can see her. They can't see her drug problem right in front of their faces. It's crazy.
Well, moms don't have, moms don't have that.
Moms don't have interiority. Moms don't have drug problems. This one does.
In a big way. She can't even take a massage without a lorazepam.
Massages stress me out.
She's funny as hell.
All right, so that's the rat lifts.
The rat lifts.
Who we meet next?
Okay, it's the 3 women whose names I'm going to have
Miss
to check
Carrie
out.
Coon, Miss Actress, and Miss Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
So those 3...
Yeah. Go ahead.
Those 3, initially, they show up on the island. I go, okay. Have these 3 met each other before? Do we do any kind of rehearsals as a group? We're supposed to have known each other.
They met on set that day is the vibe.
And I'm like, you met on set today? Y'all don't have any chemistry? But then as it kind of goes on, I understand, okay, these 3 characters haven't seen each other in years, so they don't have... They know that they don't have chemistry. Right. And I get that they're, that's part of their dynamic is, we don't have chemistry with each other. But I also feel like all of the kind of timing and rhythm is a little bit... off and weird.
It's
there's
not
something...
people who they're because at dinner, one of the dinners, they're remember that sketch we did, and you were and they're like Jacqueline was the face, obviously, and you were the feet, and I was the arms. I put makeup on you, and it's I don't think y'all have ever met before.
No, I just didn't get the vibe that these people know each other at all. And
let's do some scene work. Let's maybe have a conversation of what was that day like that we're reminiscing about?
Yeah, what about a little zip zap zop? Let's just get used to talking to each other.
Right.
Hello.
we're not used to it.
No, it's especially on a show like The White Lotus. Like, it's just kind of giving, like, I don't see the chemistry. But again, I will give some grace to the fact that, like, it's similar to what we said about Walter Goggins' performance, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to trust that this is going to get better, right?
Please.
Like, I'm going to trust that y'all three are going to figure out your dynamic, like, as characters on this trip. Because right now it really is giving just, like, day one on set. Like, I don't think y'all know each other at all and have had rehearsals.
No.
Like, it's awkward and not in, like, it's juicy. It's awkward and, like, is this bad?
Is this bad? And then the writing is kind of like, again, we're already in a position where everyone's just kind of like announcing exposition at this hotel staff, being like, we're three friends. We haven't seen each other in a long times, and the we haven't even talked about Miss Lady, the diva hotel owner.
Oh, Miss Diva.
Yeah, she's like your old friend. She's like,
oh yeah,
longtime friends, not old. It's like okay, like clock age, clock dynamic. And they're like nobody until we used to hang out, and then Jacqueline got famous. It's
course.
Like okay, let's be on the nose. Let's be on the nose.
No,
like
be on the nose.
Yikes! And then also, by the way, they're talking shit about Carrie Coon. And be like, her face is fucked. Carrie Coon is stunning.
She looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm like...
She looks gorgeous.
Oh, and then with the doctor shit, I mean, again, I do like... When you have three women, and these all appear to be talented performers...
Yeah.
And we're not kind of getting the most out of that, I'm getting confused.
And again, like, I'll give some of the awkwardness. Like, obviously, we're doing both the first two episodes. And, like, the second episode... The three of them, when they got the moments to get away from the trio, and they got to do 2-on-2, we obviously got some of that development of kind of like, those were really cute when it was like, oh my God, she's such a great friend. But that divorce was nasty.
I heard the divorce was nasty.
And she's been drinking a lot.
Well, that's why she looks terrible.
Exactly. Like, that is obviously, like, we're getting somewhere. It's getting successful.
Let's get
like,
some texture.
Yeah, and that's
some
starting
ridges,
to make us think kind of
bumps,
like, and the fact,
grain.
yes, and Miss Austin, Texas is going to do it with both of them, right? Like, her getting in the kind of the middle is really nice.
She's so funny.
Because, like, Miss Actress is, of course, weirdly jealous of Carrie Coon. Like, we talked about, like, I wanted to steal, like, her daughter. Like, obviously Carrie Coon.
Yeah.
Like, Miss Famous Girl's been preying on Carrie Coon's downfall for a while.
And then her ass said, I heard she's been, like, a little bit of a problem. Like, she's a fighter. Like,
she's a bruiser.
Bruiser.
She's a bruiser. She's been kicked out of 2 schools, and she throws furniture. I'm loving that. And it's like, yeah, I'm drinking too. That's my kid.
No, and I'm also going to double down. Like, raising a kid in New York City, they're going to act wrong.
Sorry.
They're going to act wrong.
Well, they're going to act wrong in Austin, Texas as well.
Well, and that's kind of the claim.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, that's what Jacqueline is saying to her little friend.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so Jacqueline doesn't have kids.
No.
Which, of course, she's very judgmental. She's got
a boyfriend who's 10 years younger.
And she's got a boyfriend who's 10 years younger. Husband, I think. I think they got husband. And then that's where...
Newlywed of a year. And there's a lot of judging.
There's a lot of judging. There's a lot of,
to
like...
each other.
Oh, yeah. Does she even spend any time with the husband? Or is it all a lie that her and her husband are addicted to each other?
And I love the moment when it's then just Amy... or... Kate, Leslie Bibbs' character, and then Carrie Coon, Lori.
Oh, yeah.
Of, like, them together after, like, Kate and Jacqueline have been really clowning on Carrie Coon's character, where then you think, okay, are Carrie Coon and Leslie Bibbs' characters going to even, like, have anything to talk about? And then for 1 second, Kate is like, well... You know, she is a little narcissistic.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
thank you.
bitch.
And say that.
No, she is. She goes, just like vanity. Oh, that's where she goes in.
Vanity.
Yeah. And then, oof, really good. Do they spend any time in the same city? It is fun because for a second it's like, wait, is she gonna?
Yeah.
I was like, of course she is.
And these three, I'm very curious where I feel like a lot of kind of, I know where things are going with some of these other characters, right? Like, it's clear to me, of course, like, Amy Lou Wood's going to get wrapped up with French-Canadian girl and Gary/Greg, and they're trying to get, I think they were orchestrating kind of the jewelry store robbery, and
another
I think they're
bad
kind
teeth, bald-headed
couple. And
yep.
then Goggins is obviously after the kind of hotel owner for some purpose, maybe because he killed his father. He mentioned his father had been murdered.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe he's looking for kind of a revenge killing situation.
Right.
And then it's like...
And it's a show about identity, and then Walton Goggins has that weird thing. He's like, I'm
nothing. I'm nobody, which is something you say kind of before you're willing to commit a murder, right? Like, that's kind of... So, obviously, he's going there, and then I think Greg and Gary, those guys, they're all going to get wrapped up in this. Amy Lee Wood's going to get in the middle, and it's going to have something to do with all this kind of shootout and everything, right? Like with obviously those bodyguard guys that we met with Mook, and then like guy talk, and like they're all going to, this is all coming together. How Carrie Coon and her friends are going to fit into this, that I do not know. That I'm not seeing yet. I don't know how they're going to get involved. Because I see how Patrick Schwarzenegger is going to get involved because he's going to fuck either Amy Lee Wood or French-Canadian girl.
Oh, yeah?
Or something. I mean, I think he's going to, he's certainly, he's hitting on them. Or the
sister-brother, damn.
Or the sister-brother. But I mean, like he said, it's a numbers game.
Yeah.
Somebody will say yes at some point.
Good point.
But I can see he might be the way in to, assuming everybody's going to come together for this like kind of shootout at the end.
Right, and is it a shootout? Is it a shooter? A
shooter? We don't know. And who's doing it?
Right.
And why? We don't know any of that, but I feel like, how are the three ladies going to get in the mix there? I don't yet know.
We're going to find out.
I guess.
They're going to act mom and lawyer their way out of it.
Yes.
Do you think that Mike White knows women like that?
I do think Mike White knows women like that. I really do.
Well, like, not just, like, similar to them, but, like...
Like, they're based on people?
Well, just, like, how do you feel about how truly or honestly, like, he's portraying that dynamic?
You know what's interesting is, like, I don't know because I've seen this dynamic, I feel like, a lot on TV, and I guess I've seen it in real life, too, but it's definitely kind of a different generation of women because I feel like you and I and, like, the women we're around are very kind of, like, confrontational or, like, maybe not afraid. Like, it's not necessarily... I don't feel like I'm around friends all the time who are lying about how amazing their lives are. I feel like, actually, if anything, we kind of can go the other way and, like, people will like self-deprecate and do that kind of thing. Like, these women are obviously all putting on a show for one another and they don't want to, like, break that. I don't see that as much in my life, but that doesn't make it not real for them.
Well, and I do, like, I mean, the dynamics or the... of... two people. I mean, three's hard. My mom always said three is hard.
Three's crowd.
Because two people are then always talking about the one. Like,
and they were, weren't they?
Yeah, and the one is feeling bad, is left out, and that's what we saw every time. I did like the way that Mike White, what a talent. Mike White, what a talent. Mike White, let's just also... Anytime we got to see the two women just talking, we got to see what the other one was feeling, which was bad, left out. Yeah.
No, exactly. Well, because, and wouldn't you?
I do. There's a reason this podcast is two people. Yeah, we couldn't have a third in here. They'd be left out. Right. That's why we don't have a third roommate. Yeah. They'd be left out. Literally. Do you want to... Unless... Oh. Mike White, we would get a 3-bedroom for you. Roommate. Yeah, I think you would enjoy... When he's traveling so much, I feel like... Yeah, he'd be a good roommate for us, like match-wise. Yeah, because I feel like he's hair. It's not gonna get the drain. No, and he's just like kind of out and about. I feel like he's not home a lot. Like I bet he is a drinker. Oh, you think? Yeah. So am I. So that'll kind of work out. Well, you two can hang out together. Now I'm the third. Now I feel fucking see, like that's what's gonna happen as soon as we bring him in because Mike White and I are gonna start drinking together. Actress, Jacqueline. Yeah, and you're gonna be the famous beautiful actress. And the drinking. The drinking. We got a fantasy cast of White Lotus one time. I hope that I live long enough and White Lotus continues on long enough that Mike White, please come on the show. I want to be in White Lotus. Mike White, please come on the show. We're going to continue talking about the show. Yeah. I think we just have one more thing to kind of acknowledge, which was Belinda. Well, but actually, Mike White, let me say this. Mike White, let's Mike White tackle trans and not just like ladyboys. Oh, like, the ladyboy mention? Yeah, that was upsetting to you. Well, you know I'm going to get in my feelings. I'm sensitive to that sort of thing. Yeah. But... And in the culture and the climate, you're sensitive. Of course. It's not going great for people like me. No, but my argument was kind of that I think from my understanding, I've never been to Thailand, but from my understanding of the ladyboy culture in Thailand is that I'm like, I do think it's different. I don't think the ladyboys are the same as like American trans women. Well, do you know what I'm saying? Like, I think ladyboys it's a specific subculture, from my understanding. Right. Well, and I think that... And they're self-identifying as ladyboys. No? Well, that's what Timothy called them, but we'll research that. Well, Mike White will tell us something. Oh, that's true. Right? We brought it up. We're going to follow that up, huh? That's what I'm saying. It just feels like he's hanging so many things. It's like there's going to be, if you hang a ladyboy in the first act... It's going to go off.
it's going to go off.
Oh, man. What a tough phrase, though. Fuck.
I know. Maybe it is the ladyboy. That's, well.
Yeah.
But again, I'm like, it's a thing.
No, and we're definitely saying it a bunch.
Well, because it's a thing.
Yeah. No,
I think the only characters we haven't...
I know. It's a thing.
It's a thing. TS is a thing.
And then we got Belinda.
Who we're happy to see her back. We're happy to see her working after the tragedy. Sorry your show didn't get picked up or whatever.
No.
Canceled. I'm sorry. That is tragic because she's obviously
a talent.
I mean, come on.
Well, and
that's obvious.
And it is kind of funny, though. I'm like, the two people we get from previous seasons is fucking Belinda and Greg/Gary.
Greg/Gary, especially being like, obviously... Everybody's hated his performance the most. So kind of
hated it.
It's every single scene he's in has always been like, well, that's not acting. You're being.
No, what is that?
What is that you're doing? You're just kind of saying stuff. That's weird.
That's weird.
It's weird next to all these incredible prestige actors.
I mean,
and so it's weird he's back, but Belinda's obviously great.
Literally,
she's obviously a great actress, and
she's doing some weird shit. I hate the amount of times where she's like, I've had a tough year.
And I'm like, we saw, and I'm a little bit kind of like. Was the tough year just that week that Jennifer Coolidge offered to open up a spa and then didn't? Because I kind of think she was not going to do that. And also, when was that? And like, how much time passed? And how many other guests did you see between now and then? Is that the tough year? Or did something else go on that we don't know about yet? Because I'm like, what's been going on, Belinda?
It's bizarre.
I also think she seems really like not very busy for being there for work. Like, she's kind of like got a lot of time to kind of walk around with porn shy.
Do you think that she got some, like, maybe she saw something? Like, they were like...
Maybe she saw something.
Yeah, they were like, we are going to have to...
Ship her to
Thailand for a month.
Yeah.
And kind of, like, ply her
She'll
with...
forget.
I am excited a little bit when she was like, I saw two other black people at the resort, and guess what? They didn't work here.
I was excited about that, too. I'm excited. And I'm like, well, show me them.
Yeah, let's talk about them.
Let's talk about them. Who are they? And then also, Belinda, like, okay, she's got that prayer scene in the first episode where she prays, like, that basically, like, they do a protection prayer.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, that nothing is going to, like, this protection that like it's going to be like a safe time, which obviously like it's not. And that was kind of that vibe, that vibe that it was like everything felt like everybody in the whole pilot was kind of, season 3, episode 1 was kind of saying like, I sure hope nothing bad happens this week. And I was like, okay,
this is a scary movie.
Is weird. Why are you doing a scary movie? And I feel like a lot of Belinda's scenes have been that so far, just a little bit kind of like
foreboding,
but
with a tinge of like, well, she's read all the pages.
Yeah.
Like, these people are acting like
she's read all the pages. Seems like she knows what's going to happen in the finale. I'm getting that from the first episode, that Belinda kind of knows what's going to happen.
But I think that, and you helped me kind of talk me down off the ledge when I was tasting blood of like, episode 1, episode 2, we're not really giving. Mm-hmm. And you heard it through the grapevine that like, the people who have been able to see all the episodes, industry has been able to say, okay, like it's the second half.
Yeah, that the second half of the season, I've heard episodes 1 to 3 are all kind of slow, and then we start to go off.
That's a lot of show.
And as we were reminding ourselves, like, we did get kind of the robbery, we got the jewelry store, like, stuff is happening, but it's also in many ways
the robbery.
Not.
Yeah, that other set of teeth, the Quebecian.
Yeah.
She's in on it.
Yeah, and you know what I think it is?
Tell me.
Nobody is actually, like, mad at each other yet.
Right.
Like, because that's we were kind of dealing with, like, in season 2, like, Aubrey Plaza and her mans, like, they are fighting from the kind of beginning. Like, they're already, like, getting, like, having these conversations. And I feel like right now, like, we're still in episode 2, like, Carrie Coon hasn't even confronted her friend for being a bitch at all. You know what I mean? Like, it's like we're kind of still talking around things, and like nobody's really talking to each other yet, and that's...
And doing setup. We're seeing a lot of nature, like the monkeys, obviously.
We're seeing a lot of fucking monkeys.
I mean...
And how many are CGI and how many are real?
Paid extras. How many are CGI and how many are real? Chat, let us know.
Chat.
And then some other things. The door, I was keen on that. Like, Carrie Coon being, like, banging on the door when they're drinking. Yeah, and then, like, the girls talked about the doors a couple times, being like, I gotta help with the door. Every time Timothy, the dad, comes in when he's, like, being a freak.
So smart.
Yeah, is, like,
the door.
struggling with the doors. And Parker Posey's like, He is so stressed. He needs to calm his ass down.
And I thought it was a monkey on the door when Carrie Coon makes that like sound, and then they freak out.
Yeah, like some of these things are starting to drop, and I think that like season 2, like you're saying, I think was a little bit more action-y, whereas season 1, similar. I think 3 is more similar to the beginning of that, where it is a lot of exposition, though to me a little bit light on
content
and even the
meat, the richness, the dynamics that we're here for from seasons 1 and 2.
People, like you said, in the first episode, like grasping for memes and for quotes. They're not there.
I'm seeing the screen grabs y'all are posting on Instagram. Not compelling.
That's nothing.
Nothing compared to what we had last time. Come on.
And then episode 2, we start to get there. So hopefully when we watch and talk about episode 3,
we have really
something. Yeah,
because we believe in Mike White, and like that's Mike White said. You saw he said the thing about season 1 and 2 were a rehearsal for season 3. So I trust in this man.
Funny.
Like this is my bisexual God.
I'm like, and that's your God?
Yeah.
Okay. Good as any.
I was good as any.
I
like his work.
Belinda's son praying on Buddha, being like, Jesus Christ, help me. Cackling.
That was awesome. No. That was awesome. We can't wait for that.
No, I want to see the sun.
I want to see Zion.
Yeah.
Praying to Jesus Christ at the Buddha.
At the Buddha. You better.
Look,
it'll do. What are you most excited about for this season?
Do you know how bad in my heart of hearts I want to say Megan Fahey?
I wish it was Megan Fahey.
I wish we were going to get Megan Fahey in this season so bad. Megan, we love you. We miss you. Like, I want to see her. But what I am excited for is Amy Lou Wood. I would love to see her titty again. If
the titty suck.
The titty suck was really beautiful and was the best moment of Goggins' performance.
Yeah.
Not sure if I mentioned that earlier, but he was given this kind of inauthentic vibe the whole time. And then all of a sudden he does a sex scene. Now that's a man.
Showed up to work
for the first time. Camera's on. He was rolling suddenly.
Literally.
But, so I'd like to see more of that. Yeah, I'm super excited about Amy Lou Wood. I'm super excited about Patrick Schwarzenegger. And I'm super excited about Parker Posey. So I'm excited to see those 3 actors kind of just keep rocking it. What are you most excited about?
I do love a tragedy centered around masculinity. Like, to watch Timothy fall and unravel will be delightful to me. Not because it's novel, but rather because it's just like how it happened. I mean, it's like the murder, right? Like when you build somebody up like that, they're going to fall. And actually, even in a way, like if it is giving, we hear those gunshots at the beginning of the first episode. If it is, whether it's a shootout or if it's like a single shooter, like mass shooting event, white guys love to do that.
Sure.
Often
you think Timothy could be a suspect?
Of course. Well, everyone's a suspect. Or the son, freaky son, any of the, I mean.
Wow.
I mean, you know me, like, if somebody's going to do something fucked up, I'm like, well, it's going to be one of those fucked up white men, right? Anyway, but I'm excited to see the orchestration of that guy's downfall.
Yeah.
Will be gorgeous. And then really hoping for some fun action.
Me too. And I'm really looking forward to just, like, Mike White's been hyping his own season up, and I can't wait to see what he delivers us, because he's really built our trust as a creator, and I want to believe in him, and I just don't let us down, because we're really, really excited.
Those women, like, get real.
I want to see those women get fucking for real.
I want everyone to
get for real and start talking to each other. But that I'm hoping we're getting just next week.
Right around the corner.
Well,
Erin, I love you so much.
I think we did
a great job kind of digging deep into one of our favorite fucking programs, White Lotus.
Yeah, this is the first episode of Stream Queens. We're going to keep watching White Lotus, and then we'll continue to kind of watch other shows and let y'all into our conversations about those shows. I can't say there's any through line between the shows that we like to watch, other than that they're the shows we like to watch.
And then we love to talk about them.
And we love to talk about them, and we're going to continue, so feel free to join us.
Yeah, wherever you're listening to this, go ahead and subscribe. If you can leave a review, that's really great for us.
Yeah, we love that, I think.
Yeah, a 5-star.
Yes, a comment.
Yes,
Share it on your Instagram story.
What are you most excited about?
Yeah, what are you most excited about for us to hear us talk about?
And season 3.
And season 3.
Lotus.
Yeah, let's talk about White Lotus. And also, just one more time for Mike White, you're always welcome on the pod.
You're always welcome.
You are always welcome.
Till next time.
Till next time. That was Stream.